Oh, right, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Can I include that? Beyonce. Hello, my honeys. My name is TAYRIS Mongardi, and I am the big black beast. I am the Titan from Brighton. And if you are watching this video, then that means you know I am on RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 7. Yeah, mad. This is mad. Also, every time that I even like exhale, this tripod is going like wobble wobble. I'm not as hefty as you're making me out to be. Did you ever play We Fit and like you get on the board and it's like bo 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 bo? So if you're watching this video, that means the Meet the Queens has already come out for RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 7.
Season 7, honey. Let's get mad.
But Diva down, the Meet the Queens is only what, like a couple of minutes? That's an amuse bouche, that's a starter. And you're now getting the full course. So welcome to my YouTube channel. But before we go any further, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because I'll be coming at you with new content every Tuesday.
What privilege.
You're not gonna wanna miss any of it, trust. So the name TAYRIS is half Tasty from Orange is the New Black and half Iris from Pokemon Black and White. Girl, I am a big geeky loser. And as for Mongardi, it's actually the surname of my first ever teenage crush. So really it's just like a big salute to my gay awakening. And trust me girl, I've always been a neek through and through. Like, I love Pokemon, I love Animal Crossing, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I spent every day dressing in different bow ties at college because I considered Blaine from Glee to be the ultimate fashion icon. And Diva, that is what I love about drag. It's about me celebrating who I was in the past, me conquering who I am in the now, and me taking over in the future. So I've been doing drag for about 9 years now. I started back in 2016. I will put a jump scare here of my first time in drag. See, I bought a lace front from the jump because I was like, a real queen wears a lace front, but didn't know you glue lace fronts down. So it was just my boy hair poking out. Also, nasty. When I first started drag, I exclusively wore neon lips and I was partial to a lovely blue. In my delusional mind, I was like, well, of course I have to wear a bright lip because if I wear nude, people will just think I'm a woman and not doing drags, honey. And now I'm like, girl, put on a nude lip or do not leave the house. Right, I know you want some behind the scenes tea, so let's get started on this Meet the Queens look. So the prompt for the look was like goddess, woodland nymph, ethereal being. It was very kind of like, she was a fairy. I want to do something that shows off my geek, my chic, my love for fashion, my heritage. So how can I mix this all together? So I had a little play with some ideas and concepts. Like initially I did think about doing a Pokemon inspired look. So I thought about doing a Rabombi look, but I just don't think I could find a concept where it landed, that it wasn't tacky and would really get to show off everything that I am. I am very lucky to have in my life some people who are really good with fashion and aesthetic. So I reached out to my friend Dakota Schiffer, star of Series 4, hey Diva. And I said to her, right, I've got this mood board, I'm kind of really stuck, can you help me land it? So we had a look at some ideas and some themes, and we ended up deciding to base it on the Garden of Time Met Gala. So the launch pad we settled on was Loewe made this wooden sculpted corset for Taylor Russell at the Garden of Time Met Gala, and we said, okay, this is something we can translate into a more draggy aesthetic, and I can find a way to play with like the delicateness and the softness, but also like the hard grit and edge of drag. Now Diva, let me tell you, the first few attempts at this corset was such a chop, and let me tell you why. So for anyone who doesn't know, it kind of differs in between Drag Race UK and Drag Race US as to when you film your Meet the Queens. For a lot of the US seasons, they'll come back months and months later, and when the season's all done, you spend money on a new promo look and film it. Whereas for Drag Race UK, you film it right at the end of the season. So you do all 10 episodes, we all film the finale, reunion, kiss, 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 goodbye, and then we filmed our Meet the Queens before we even left set. And there are so many things to factor in when you're doing that, because firstly, I had to say to myself, how am I getting it there? Can I say this? On Drag Race UK, we were given 6 pieces of luggage, and I chose to use Christmas tree bags. All that we were told is that your 6 pieces of luggage have to weigh X amount, and they need to fit into this people carrier, which is taking you to set. And the truth is, Drag Race can be really expensive. Me personally, I'm not someone who grew up with a lot of financial luxury. I don't regret any of those times because they've kind of given me the sense of fight and fire and grit that I've needed to really blossom as an adult and as an artist. But, you know, I had to make sure it was also something think I'd factor within my budget. So Dakota and I said, let's make this corset ourselves. So we bought a few sheets of Warbler. If you don't know, Warbler is this like lightweight heat reactive material that a lot of cosplayers use to like mold armor and pieces. And we said, right, I've got these mannequins, let's try and heat mold this corset. And baby, it was clapped. It was a bit too thin and it was all just kind of falling apart, and obviously neither she or I had ever worked with Warbler, and we were just like, let's just give it a go. So Dakota and I said, right, back to the drawing board, what are we gonna do? So we teamed up with Mocha, another sister of mine, hey girl, who is also responsible for my lovely merch designs, link in bio. So while the three of us worked on all the pink taffeta details, like the bolero and the skirt and the flowers with the feathers, I said, I need a new strategy. So I got in touch with Jett Slag, another queen, hey diva, and they've worked with EVA and foam before, so they said, girl, trust me, I'll make you this EVA foam corset and we'll make it happen. And still, the corset went through a couple different versions. So we had this version, but then we realised, oh, the paint was looking a little bit too cartoonish and we wanted more realism. So Jett, bless her heart, was literally like painting it on the floor next to her laminate in the kitchen and was like, okay, does this blend in? Does it all work? And girl, when I got to set, this look was still not finished. So I had to make the flowers in the hotel room and I did the hair completely from scratch in the hotel. I've got some feathers, some butterflies, some rhinestones and a dream. And ultimately, I'm so proud of how this look came out. Also, not gonna lie, I wanna give a special shout out to the world's ugliest shoe. Like, I got to set and realised I didn't have a shoe to go with it and there wasn't any pink spray paint, so I literally cut up all the excess ribbon from this and just glued it on around the shoe and put some stones on it with these hideous butterflies. I can't remember who gave them to me, it was one of the other queens. I remember showing this shoe to the queen team and being like, oh, the shoe's hideous, isn't it? And they were like, no, baby girl, you look fierce, you look fierce. And I was like, no, I know it's clapped. Like, with this look, it works as its own existential shoe. Like, that is grotesque. And then once they saw the whole look together, the queen team were like, yeah, do you know what, TAYRIS? That shoe is clapped, it's hideous and it's ugly. And we knew that, but we didn't want to say it because we didn't want to hurt your feelings. And honestly, yeah, full tea, I adore this look. And it's not just because it's a labour of love for my friends like Dakota and Mocha and Jett. Also because I think it represents like the hard graft and the creativity and everything that's gotten me to this point. And baby, I'm on Drag Race UK Series 7, like, look at me now. And trust me, gal, like, when I got the call, I knew I deserved it because I've worked so hard. And yes, I've got the gifts, you know, I can sing, I can dance, I can act, I can host. I've been in pageants, ballroom scene, radio, television, adverts, podcasts, media campaigns. I've really done it all, from anywhere from 500 quid to a bloody fiver, because if there's a fee, there is me. But more importantly, I know this is a privilege and it is not wasted on me. Like, baby, when I was getting ready to get in that people carrier, and do you know what, I'm gonna stick a little clip here.
Divas, the car's outside. I'm about to go film with Drag Race Season 7.
As scared as I was and excited as I was, I knew I'm going there to not only represent for all the people who need to see people like myself on television, but also because of all the love that my chosen family and my biological family have poured into me and my community. And I knew this is so much bigger than me. Yes, I'm about to go there and smash it and do the damn thing, but I'm doing it for everyone back home. And I am so lucky to be on Series 7! Right, my honeys, this wig is ripping off of my head, so I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my first YouTube video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You'll be seeing new videos from me every single Tuesday. Next week will be a part 2 of the Meet the Queens, where I'll be doing a little Q&A with some fan questions I've received, talking about my process, the journey to Drag Race, some behind the scenes tea from the show, and honey, you are not going to want to miss it. I also do have merch for sale, available at youbettermerch.com. We have t-shirts, tote bags, caps, fans, and with more gorgeous bespoke merch coming just your way. And you see some of the stuff I've got planned, you are gonna lose your mind. And of course, in the meantime, you can follow me on all social media. That's TAYRIS MONGARDI on Instagram, TAYRIS MONGARDI on TikTok, TAYRIS MONGARDI on Twitter. I'm never calling it X, that's cringe. TAYRIS MONGARDI on Facebook for the mums at home. You already know where to find me, diva. Do I have yellow teeth? Remember when India Farah had like all the plaque on her teeth? Remember that? I'm gonna put that on the screen. Right, I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.